Hey everyone, welcome to our early predictions for UFC Fight Night, Max Holloway versus the Korean Zombie. Before we give you our early picks for each fight of the card, please like and subscribe, and let's get right into this card. First fight of the night, we got Sangwoo Choi versus Jarno Errens. It's hard to be confident in Choi. He's coming off of 3 losses, but you know what? He's fought good guys, and he's always doing okay until he loses. He's strong, he's big. I think I'm going to side with the experience in Choi here, but it won't be a very strong, confident pick here. What do you think?
Yeah, I sided with Choi too. And yeah, he was winning like the Caceres fight, but until he gets subbed. And his fight IQ is a little low level. But I don't know what to expect out of Jarno Evans or Evans or whatever his name is, coming off of his last few fights, you know what I mean? He looks like he's gonna come after him though. And this looks like this fight's probably gonna end in the distance. That's my best prediction right now, and I'm gonna side with the UFC vet there, Choi. I'll take a better look at Aaron's during the week, and then if I flip, I'll let everyone know on Thursday.
Sounds good. Moving on, we got Na Liang versus JJ Aldrich. Aldrich is a big favorite here, and she looked absolutely terrible in her last fight against Lipski. The difference here is Liang's not a striker. So Lipski was beating her up on the feet pretty bad last fight, but that's not really Liang's game. She's more of a grappler. So I think Aldrich is fairly safe in this one. Like safe from getting the crap beaten out of her. I still wouldn't trust her. It's not going to be a fight that I'm picking. Like, I think I lost any confidence in Aldrich completely, but I do think she's going to win this fight because she's not facing a striker. But I won't be betting her, especially as a big favorite. What do you think?
I think Liang has the crappier gas tank, and I think Aldrich wins on cardio, to be quite honest with you. She could possibly do enough just to win this fight. Stay off the ground pretty much. This girl got knocked out by Gomez Suarez and knocked out by who was it again? Arne Carnelosi, steroid girl, her as well. So like she got TKO'd by those guys. They have a lot better like grappling than I would say JJ Aldrich, but she does put out the wrestling sometimes. I think she can wrestle in reverse here. But minus 600, is she going to pay her price? I don't think so. And I don't see the decision line being any better. And I don't trust this other girl's cardio to be a decision line. So I guess the only play would be JJ Aldrich to finish the fight. And how confident are you in that? I'm not that much. So I'm picking Aldrich to win, but not a great fight.
Yeah, if anything, I would think it's the over. There's no props yet, so I mean, we'll look at this more on Thursday. But yeah, I not playing no money lines there. Moving on, we got Yusaku Kinoshita versus Billy Goff. Kinoshita is a hell of a striker. He hits hard, he throws wild, he knocks guys out, but he has piss poor grappling. He's been taken down and held down many times before, and that's kind of exactly what Billy likes to do. So I'm going to side with Billy to either, I don't know if he's going to submit him, but I think he's just going to beat him on the ground, whether he has to ride that out or whatever. I think he's the more well-rounded fighter. So I don't think Kinoshita is going to knock him out. So give me Billy. What do you think?
I think Kinoshita is a little sloppy on his feet. You know what I mean? And the power is there, yeah, but I don't know how technical he's really been in anything I've watched of him. Not that Billy's like amazingly technical or anything like that, but he does get fights on the ground. He does ground and pound. He does push the fight, push the action, do all that stuff. So like the odds are dictating dog or pass here. Plus 125, I believe what Billy Goff is, and then Kinoshita is minus 150. I hate those minus 150s, to be honest with you. They're really I think they're there just to trick us. I'm gonna take Billy Goff. I actually think this fight ends. And I think the under, I don't know what the under 1.5 is going to look like, but I think his fight ends pretty quickly, to be honest with you. Pretty quickly.
Did you just say Goff is an underdog?
Plus 125.
Damn, I'm going to hit that then for sure. I think
Yeah, I mean, I like it too, man. Like, at least a small little play for sure.
All right, sounds good. Moving on, we got Kenan Song versus Rolando Bedoya. I think this is going to look like a striker versus striker, mostly on the feet. Kenan Song is coming off that loss to Ian Gary. He was actually the first guy to actually sting Gary. He rocked Gary. It almost looked like he was going to shock the world. Gary obviously kept his composure, came back and busted him up pretty good. But Song's not bad. And then you got Bedoya, who's off a very close, controversial split decision to Chaos Williams. It was his debut. He came in, he marched forward the whole fight, ate everything. So he has crazy durability, crazy pressure. I like the youth here. I like Rolando Bedoya to get it done. I just think durability, pressure, volume is all going to be on his side. And I don't think Song's going to knock him out. So yeah, give me Bedoya. I like Bedoya here. What do you think?
I remember when we were watching this fight, we're like, just make a mental note for Bedoya that he's going to be a good pick the next time, right? So, but I don't like to pick guys off of like fights where they were close and a loss. But actually, I thought he actually won. We had a bet on Chaos that fight, so we were praying that he lost. But I actually thought he won. To be honest with you, rewatching that fight. So yeah, pressure, striking is a little bit more technical than you would think, and he showed good durability. Yes. Now the only issue is getting caught like Ian Gary got caught. So Bedoya's durability is like you can't block punches with your face. So Kenan Song's path to victory is to hit him with one big shot, and he goes down. We don't know if he could actually go down. Chaos never hit him with the big shot, like the big Chaos hammer. He hit him, but I didn't hit him with the hammer shot, right? So that's my only like, reservation on going on Bedoya. But yeah, I favor him a lot. I think he's going to push the pressure. I think he's going to finish him, and he's going to get his first UFC win.
All right, moving on. We got another good striking match here. We got Chidi Njokuani versus Mikhail Oleksiejczuk. I feel like everybody's going to be picking Chidi here, but I actually think Mikhail's going to win this fight. I'm not super confident. I mean, Chidi hits super hard. He's super fast, so he's always going to be live for a knockout for sure. But I think Mikhail will be the one pushing the pace, dictating where it goes, because I think if he wants, he might even be able to take him down and pound him. And I think that call me crazy, but I think he's going to be more durable as well. I think so. I like Mikhail's pressure here. I'm going to be stabbing him. Like I said, not a huge bet that I'm going to bankroll, but I do like Mikhail here. What do you think?
I leave Mikhail too. Actually, I think he's going to have the volume. I think he's going to keep the distance. But Chidi always he's pretty quick to get that knockout. So if Mikhail can get through the first round, I think he'll dictate the rest of the fight. Now Chidi let Duraev and all those guys. Was it Duraev his last fight? The one where he lost, it was Duraev, right? He let him dictate that space, right? And he didn't throw enough volume, and he looked a little bit out of sorts, right? So, I mean, Chidi is a good fighter. The fights lined pretty well. I think he's going to lose volume here because I don't think he hits the big shot on Oleksiejczuk. That's all. And aside from like Oleksiejczuk lost the striking bout to Jacoby, which I thought he actually won. And there's a couple other instances where if you can't take him down, then you're not going to beat him up really bad like Kai did last time out, right? So yeah, and I actually think he has the grappling edge. I don't think there's going to be much grappling though, but yeah, I side with Oleksiejczuk.
All right. Moving on, we got Toshiyomi Kazama versus Garrett Armfield. Kazama is a pretty legit grappler. He's got good submissions, and Armfield is, I don't even know what you would call him because I don't think he's a specialist at anything. He's just well-rounded. I am going to side with Armfield. I think Kazama's kind of chinny. He gets rocked quite often. I'm not saying Armfield's going to necessarily knock him out, but I think he has a chance to, and I don't think he's going to get caught in a submission. So I'm going to take the more well-rounded, stronger, better athlete. I'm going to side with Garrett Armfield, but I'm not even sure I'm going to bet it, to be honest. But what do you think?
Well, what's his name here? Kazama's been finished by some prolific finishes, like by Nakamura there. Like Nakamura is a legit prospect, and he was going to win that fight regardless, right? So I'm not worried. And then he got I think it was 3 fights ago, he got caught by a flying knee. So other than that, he's been doing the thing, right? Now, Armfield, I don't know that much about Armfield. I looked a little bit. He is a generalist at best. And he got tapped out pretty easily there by David Onama in the second round of that, but an arm triangle choke. And he was getting he was getting pieced up as well from there. So he's shown some KO power before. He has 5 KOs on his record. That's the majority of his wins, but all those KOs were in the low level scene. He's lost to wrestler Ronnie Lawrence, who's a grappler and stuff like that. So, and he's been submitted by Vogel on the regional scene as well. So I think the path to victory is on the underdog here. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say Kazama taps him, subs him, because he's shown a ground efficiency in his past fights. So that's my take.
Right, fair enough. All right, moving on. The last prelim on the card, we got Waldo Cortez Acosta versus Lucas Brzezski. Acosta is a striker. I used to hate the guy. I thought he was kind of cocky, showboating. I didn't like his fights. But you know what? He's fairly fast with his hands. He's a decent striker, very susceptible to leg kicks. I remember Vandera was chewing up his leg. But I think he's pretty durable. I think he's got a pretty good chin. He's got pretty fast hands. I think he has the better hands than Lucas here. So I think unless he gets leg kicked to death, I think Acosta is going to do his thing. And I think I like the overs here. But it's going to be a striking match. Give me Waldo decision or maybe late. All the overs. What do you think?
I think Waldo can dictate the distance here. And Brzezski doesn't have much finishing power. So that's where the fight's going to stand. And then if that's the case, I think Waldo just outvolumes him. Susceptible to leg kicks, but Brzezski's not like a big, powerful leg kicker that I've seen. I mean, he got held up against Bedoya, and he showed up some good striking against Bedoya. He actually got robbed against Martin Bedoya. He should have that win on his record. But at best, he's a generalist. Waldo's got some striking. And I think the striking here, and Waldo will stay off the ground. He's actually shown that he can get up. He can be taken down, but he can get up, right? So if Brzezski wants to take him down, I don't see him holding him down. He might get a takedown here and there, but he's not going to hold him down. And I think the leg kicks are the only thing he can do. Other than that, I think Waldo's got him covered everywhere else. So, and I like the overs too, right? So I like the decision here. If you get anywhere close to plus money on that, I'd hit that.
Yeah, I agree. All right, moving on to the main card. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe. First fight on the main card, we have Junior Tafa versus Parker Porter. I know some people are going to go, didn't these guys already fight? Nope, that was the other Tafa. The other Tafa knocked out Porter extremely fast. I think it was like the first minute of the fight. But that being said, Junior Tafa looked absolutely terrible last fight. He gassed out incredibly quick against Muhammad Usman. That was the fight, right? That was his last fight?
That was it.
Yeah.
That was it.
Yeah.
I remember.
He looked god awful after, like, within 2 minutes. He was just huffing. Yeah, exactly. So it's hard for me to trust Tafa. Like, part of me wants to say Parker Porter can get this done. Maybe by mixing in a takedown, gassing him out, being more well-rounded. Parker Porter is more well-rounded. So Tafa has to mimic his brother here and score that early knockout. If you're on that side, then you might as well pick knockout under 1.5. But for me, I don't trust either of these guys. So right now it's a pass for me. What do you think?
I don't trust them either, but I'm going to give Junior Tafa the UFC jitter clause on the first fight and say that he should win this fight. So Parker Porter, yeah, generalist, has a little bit of takedowns. He can control a fight. But what's his kryptonite are big, powerful punchers that get him in the first round, right? His fights are losing to Chris Dawkins, who got him in the first round, Jailton Almeida, who got him in the first round, Justin Tafa, who got him in the first round. His wins are Braxton Smith, who's not really a really good fighter at all. But Alan Badeau, Chase Sherman, and Josh Pearson, he rode them out. All right, so here's your thing, man. If you're going to bet pre-fight, you go Junior Tafa knockout under 1 round, right? Because if this thing gets extended at all, Parker Porter will win the fight. If he can withstand the big barrage at the front end of things, he can win the fight. But I'm going to lean to Tafa because Junior Tafa is supposed to be, and he looks like, a better striker than his brother. And his brother pieced this guy up pretty damn quickly. So I'm going to give him that. I'm not betting this fight very hard, if at all.
Hey,
So,
hey,
but
fair
I'm
enough.
gonna give him a fucking fair shake.
I'd rather root for the knockout than the boring guy. So hopefully he pulls it together.
Yep.
Moving on, we got probably my favorite fight on the card. We got Aaron Blanchfield versus Taila Santos. This has got to be a #1 contenders match. Blanchfield coming off the very impressive victory over Jessica Andrade, and Santos coming off the controversial loss to the champ, or the then champ, Valentina Shevchenko. This is on paper, it's kind of a grappler versus grappler. Blanchfield is definitely probably slicker in like scrambles and snatching a submission, but Santos is very good grappler herself. She's going to be stronger, so you'd think that she's probably the one that should be able to get on top. And then on the feet, things get kind of dicey. A lot of people have no faith in Blanchfield striking. I think she looked fine. I don't think Santos is some crazy striker. This is a very, very even match. The odds are a pick 'em for a reason. I think Blanchfield's the favorite, which kind of surprised me. I feel like everything I'm reading is leaning Santos, but I really like Aaron Blanchfield. I think she's the more dangerous fighter. She's the one finishing fights. Very, very tough to predict. I don't blame anyone for their thoughts on this, but I'm going to ride with my girl. I really like Aaron Blanchfield. I think maybe she'll be able to snatch something. But like I said, there's absolutely a chance that Santos is the one on top the whole fight. I don't think Blanchfield can sub her from the bottom. I think Blanchfield's going to have to scramble and get on top at some point. And I just feel like she's the finisher if she gets on top. Whereas Santos could be on top of her for a long period. I don't think Santos is finishing her. But Blanchfield gets on top for any amount of time. She's live for a quick finish. I don't know. I'm going to side with my girl, but very, very tough fight to predict. What do you think?
I'm going with the dog. I'm going with Santos here. I think she has the better striking. Not that Blanchfield's like, yeah, you said people suck on Blanchfield's striking, but it doesn't fucking suck that much. But Santos is a little bit technically better. She did strike with the champion. She's faced a better competition, and that's where I was twisted here. So Blanchfield's got a really good record. She's been winning fights, all that good stuff. But Taila Santos has the better experience by far. So hear me out here. I feel that Blanchfield's record is a little bit tainted because the people she's beating are I'll go through the list. Victoria Leonardo, fraud. Rogan Walker, fraud. Sarah Alpar, fraud. Miranda Maverick, fraud. JJ Aldrich, fraud. Molly McCann, fraud. Jessica Andrade, fraud. Every single fucking fighter is a fraud.
Let's go through Taila Santos's fighters. Her last win, Joanne Wood, terrible. Fight before that, Roxanne Modafferi by decision, terrible. Jillian Robertson, okay. Fight before that, Molly McCann by decision, terrible. Fight before that, lost to Mara Barella. Come on, man. Her record's pretty crap. I mean, her record looks great, but the fighters are pretty bad.
I don't know, man. That fight with Shevchenko is anything better than Aaron Blanchfield ever put on in her entire life. So I don't know. I think she's also the taller fighter. So she's got the more kicking range. And I feel like you said, the grappling edges in her. I don't think Blanchfield can take down Santos. I think Santos can take down Blanchfield. And that's where my edge goes. That's enough for me to take a plus 125. That's all. Close fight. I'm not going to be crying if Blanchfield wins because she's a great fighter and I like her style. I just think that it's Santos in this particular fight. Because I thought she should get an immediate rematch with fucking Shevchenko in the first place.
I think her orbital bone.
Orbital bone, yeah. That's why she's off. So.
Just, part of me is just like wondering if Val's just so fallen off and that performance maybe isn't all that we think it is. Because I think maybe Blanchfield fucking trips Val and taps her out.
Maybe, but we'll have to see when Val fights Grasso. If Val comes back like Nunez came back against what's her name? You know what I'm talking about. Big mouth. If Val comes back like that, then yeah. So champions come back like champions. So we'll see. If anything, Taila looked like championship material in that fight. So I'm gonna side with her because she has the championship experience, and I feel like she's the bigger person and a better grappler. Oh well.
It's gonna be a wicked fight. It's very interesting and
it's
very
better
relevant.
than the fucking main event. It's better than the main event.
I think it's the most relevant fight on the card, and it's a #1 contenders match.
Way better than the main event. I'm not well, whatever. That's my take. I think it's better than the main event.
Yep, agreed. All right, moving on. We got Rinya Nakamura versus Fernie Garcia. I think this is actually probably the biggest mismatch on the card. I think this is put together for the Chinese crowd, to be honest. I think Nakamura is going to absolutely obliterate Garcia. He is a powerhouse. He's like, on paper, he's actually like a wrestling background, but he just knocks guys dead, man. Like, he hits hard. He's like that just bulldozer muscle head who just fucking hits hard. And Garcia does nothing good. I know he's Mexican, so maybe he has that Mexican chin that can take it, but I think Nakamura absolutely runs him over, and this is like get the crowd going crazy in the main card. Slam dunk for the Chinese fighter. Nakamura by knockout or by finish. That's my prediction. What do you think?
This guy's never been finished. That's the only problem, right? But he's never faced anyone in the realm of Nakamura. Like, Nakamura is a real prospect. He looks really good in his fights. I know it's regional scene shit, but like, he treats it like it's a regional scene fight. You know what I mean? He's dummying these guys, so it's not like Fernie is anything special. And I think it's just put together for him to get dummied. Nakamura inside the distance. Nakamura round 1. Play it how you want to, but that's what I'm going to do.
Yep, absolutely. Moving on, we got the featured fight. We got Giga Chikadze versus Alex Caceres. Giga's been out for a long time. I'm not as confident as the odds suggest, or as everybody else seems to be. Obviously, he's a hell of a striker. He should have the much more technical striking. He should have a big advantage there, but he kind of gasses sometimes. I mean, he took a beating to Calvin Kattar last time out. He's been missing forever, so I don't know what the hell he's been doing. And you know what? If there's one thing Alex is he's durable as hell, and he's like an opportunistic grappler. Like, it wouldn't shock me if he gets beat up for a round or two and then somehow finds a neck or choke somehow later. Like, nothing would shock me here. I don't think I'm going to be betting this fight. I kind of hope Bruce Leroy wins this fight, to be honest. But yeah, I don't know what to think. There's too many red flags for me on Giga. I know everybody loves his striking, but I don't think he's going to knock out Alex. So I'm not sure here. What do you think?
I like Giga. I think his volume is going to be better. And the guys that have been able to take him down have been good wrestlers. And Alex is a generalist at wrestling and great ground. I say great ground game, ground game, but I can't say for sure that he's going to be able to get it down. Right. I mean, that's the only problem. And on the feet, I know Alex is a good, decent striker, but it's the power. He doesn't have any power. Giga's got power, and he should be able to dictate the pace. Right. That's what I think should happen. If he brings out that striking that he showed before his losses, then yeah, Giga should win this easily. But minus 225 is kind of steering me away from actually betting on him. I might have him in the YOLO or something like that, but I do think he wins this fight. And because it's not like one where Alex wins fights where he has no business being in the fight, right? You know what I mean? Against lower level competition. At least Giga, I would say, is the middle tier of that division.
Yeah, I'm gonna wait for some props to come out and see if there's any spots I like. Like, I think Alex is so durable that this might go late.
This could go to decision for sure, because Alex himself could take that to decision now. I don't know how the book's going to play it. They think this is going to finish or whatever, but we'll see.
Yeah. All right, moving on. We got the co-main event. We got Anthony Smith. Don't know why he's in the co-main versus Ryan Spann. Anthony Smith is coming off that terrible performance versus
Johnny Walker.
Johnny Walker, exactly. And Ryan Spann's coming off the loss to Krylov, I believe. This is tough. I mean, these guys fought not long ago, and Smith choked him out or something. No.
Yeah, but I think Smith was losing that fight until the choke. So, like, how the fuck? What are you gonna say?
But Anthony Smith has looked so bad lately that like every part of me wants to choose Ryan Spann, but Ryan Spann is kind of dumb too. So I don't know. Like, Spann should be able to knock him out.
That's his gas tank. That's Ryan Spann's gas tank.
Exactly. That's what I'm feeling like. Is Smith gonna get his ass kicked for a round and then eventually get it to the ground and choke him out? Like, I feel like this could go the same way as the first one potentially. I think the only thing I'm confident in is that this fight gets finished. Like Ryan Spann does never makes the final bell. Like he's gonna get choked out or he's gonna knock him out. It's one or the other. Um, I like all the unders. I don't like either guy. What do you think?
It's a tough to actually pick this fight because it's actually close because these both guys are big dummies, right? So, I mean, Anthony Smith looked so horrid in his last fight, so horrid. Something looked off about him, so I don't even know. And is Ryan Spann gonna gas like he usually does and stick his fucking head there for you to guillotine him? I swear to God, not only Anthony Smith tapped him out, but he got tapped out by Ion Cutelaba, didn't he? Was it? No, he won. It was Ion that put his fucking head. Oh, someone. I thought it
Yeah,
was.
he choked Cutelaba.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Cutelava's the same dummy that gets tired and sticks their head into things, right? You know what I mean? So yeah, I don't think this is gonna go to the bell. Not even close. This is probably first round finish. Either, yeah, round one finished. That's what I say. Take a round one finish for either guy. Just that prop when it drops. Just round one. Both you can take either guy to finish. They have that prop. That's the one I would take.
Might bet Ryan Spann round one and Anthony Smith round two.
That's actually pretty good too, right? But Anthony Smith got him in round one the first time. I don't know who to pick. I'm gonna say that in their heyday, Anthony Smith is the better fighter. I don't know if anybody, both of them, like Anthony Smith looks he's on his way out, but Ryan Spann looks like he's on his way out every fight. So I don't know. I really don't know how to pick this fight. And for the purposes of this show, I'm going to pick Anthony Smith because I think he is overall in his career being a better fighter than Ryan Spann. But that's not saying much.
I'm going to pick, I don't know how. I'm going to pick Ryan Spann to not get taken down like an idiot, keep it standing, and fucking knock Anthony Smith into retirement. That's what I'm hoping for.
Oh, man, that would be awesome. I'll look a little bit more into it. I want to relook at how he got rear naked choked, but I think Ryan Spann stuck his head in the wrong spot and then just got reversed or some shit like that. I can't remember. I didn't really look at this one too much because I didn't really I don't have a take on this fight, and it's just too.
It's a shitty co-main. It shouldn't be the co-main. That should be like the opening fight of the night to get a quick finish and get the crowd going.
Yeah, but those guys and their paychecks, they're not going to take that. But at least put it on the first. Tafa Santos and Aaron Blanchfield should have been the co-main event, and then this fight should have taken their spot as the was that the opening or the first or second fight of the main card, right? So yeah. I don't understand why I don't know. It's because they're in Singapore, probably.
Yeah, I agree. All right, moving on. We got the main event here. We got Max Blessed Holloway versus the Korean Zombie Chan Sung Jung. Obviously, this is the main event because hey, they're in China. They got the Korean fighter here, Jung fighting. This is a total mismatch. The whole world knows it. Max Holloway coming in at -700. That's insane. I'm not going to be, even though I have the utmost confidence in him winning, I'm not going to be betting any -700. Obviously, this is a striker versus striker. Holloway's got the volume. He's got the technique. He's got the range. He's got the chin. And that's the biggest thing. He's got the chin. So Korean Zombie does hit hard, but unfortunately with Holloway's chin, he just doesn't even have a puncher's chance here. I hate to see an old guy go in and take a beating like this, but he's going to take a beating. So for me, once the props drop, I'll be looking at a Holloway finish and see what those odds are, because that's the only way I play him. Otherwise, it's a pass. I'm not playing -700. But give me Max Holloway all day here, and almost sad to see beat down. What do you think?
I'd play -700 if I was a millionaire. I really would, because that's as much as a lock this actually is. Max, the only thing is, you're right, this should finish because Max had been to a decision his last 7 or 8 fights, right? But this is a completely different fight, right? So it's like how when Volkanovski fought Chan Sung Jung, he finished him, right? I put it on the same level. Max is just a peg down from Volk, right? So they're on the same level of striking. And you said it best. Max has been knocked down 0 times in his career. He hasn't been knocked out 0 times. He's been not knocked down 0 times. How does Zombie win this? A lucky shot. Well, if a guy hasn't been knocked down, you're not getting a lucky shot. And then you're out volume to tits. Like, this guy is going to out volume He's going to throw more volume in round 1 than you throw in the whole fight. Like, that's just the way he goes, right? And I feel like I'm going to go really precise. Max, round 3, 301. That is when I think it's going to happen. Round 3. I see this just like what everyone thought Max wasn't going to knock out. Who was it? Jose Aldo? Or yeah, it was Jose Aldo. Yeah, it was Jose Aldo. And I picked that one. I believe it was round 3. Yep, both Jose Aldo fight round 3. And Jose Aldo's the man. I love Jose Aldo. So don't get me wrong. If he's finishing Jose Aldo in round 3 and round 3, what's he gonna do with the zombie? And I know it's a long fight ago, but those are the fights that Max can finish. Like the Volkanovskis and the Arnold Allens, they're gonna come at that guy, right? I'm surprised he didn't finish Yair, to be honest with you, because Yair is gas. Cater took a beating, probably should have been finished 18 times, right? So
those were young guys with good chins.
yeah, and that's why I'm calling round 3, because Max takes his time. Volk takes his time. These guys take their time. They're not a round 1 kind of guys. They don't carry that kind of power. So yeah, Max round 3. Somewhere in the middle of round 3. That's where I think.
Agree 100%. It's not going to be a big shot. It's going to be an accumulation of volume. The ref's going to stop it out of feeling bad for the fucking guy. And it'll be sad to see. I mean, I love Max Holloway. I love him, but I like the Korean Zombie too. I don't want to see the guy get friggin' go out like that. Cause I mean, you got to think this is probably his last fight.
Yeah.
That's gotta be it. No.
Well, fuck. I don't know what. No, he's gonna fight out whatever he has in contract. I haven't looked at his contract, right? So,
all right.
I don't know, man. But he is on the way out.
Yep. All right, guys. These were the early predictions. If you're new to this channel, Thursdays we always drop a final bet episode where we give a bet for every fight. The props aren't out yet, so we can't do that. We're going to do more diligence throughout the week. We're going to keep watching and educating ourselves on some of these lower name fighters. And we'll come back Thursday with all the bets that we like. Please subscribe, drop us a comment. If there's a very confident pick you have, let us know. If there's something you strongly disagree with, let us know. We love hearing your thoughts. And we'll see you Thursday night.